Stu Cowan and Pat Hickey of the Montreal Gazette here at the Bell Centre following the Canadiens' 2-1 win over the Columbus-Blue Jackets Tuesday night. Pat, Mike Condon is now 9-2-3. Is it time for Canadiens fans to start panicking about the loss or stop panicking about the loss of Carey Price?
Well, I think so. I mean, I don't think there should be any panic to begin with. Condon has played very well. He's going to lose a game or two along the way. He's lost two, but he's managed to pick up points now in 12 of the 14 games he's played. They're continuing to get points. They continue to put points in the bank. And I think they're going to be in pretty good shape when Carey Price comes back.
Yeah, it wasn't a thrilling game tonight. It was 1-1. Columbus seemed to be maybe playing for the tie. But Max Pacioretty spoke in the room afterwards about the killer instinct this team seems to have, and they find ways to win. And it was him on the power play. And the power play, which has been such a sore spot for this team, all of a sudden is winning games for them.
Well, they're fourth overall in the NHL after being down somewhere 22-23 last year. They're scoring almost a 1-4 shot. That's what it was tonight, 1-4. They looked really good on the first power play. Then they had a couple that didn't produce much, but when they got the chance there, 3 minutes to go in the game, they came through with a big effort. PK Subban does a good job of drawing the penalty. I think a lot of people were saying last year, well, he might have gotten an embellishment
I thought, yeah, it might have been. It was borderline.
But the one guy who didn't think it was borderline was John Tortorella, who wasn't very happy with the penalty and thought that that it was a deserved penalty and it shouldn't have happened. And
it should have been an embellishment. It was the 700th career NHL game for Michel Therrien, who for the first time this season really started mixing and matching lines again after the first period. He had Max Pacioretty back with David Desharnais and Dale Weiss, Thomas Fleischmann with Plekanec and Byron, and Thomas with Flynn and Smith-Pelly. The only line he kept together was Eller, Galchenyuk, and Andrighetto. After the game, Max Pacioretty was saying that, talk about the respect he has for Michel Therrien and the intensity he brings every game, every practice, etc. And saying when he does make these line switches, some people might shake their head, but they seem to work.
Yeah, one of the things we've seen so far, we've seen him juggle mostly players at the right wing position, trying to find guys to fit. Mostly with the Galchenyuk line earlier, and then once Gallagher went out, they've had to make some adjustments and things like that. But tonight we saw Desharnais back with Pacioretty, a line that's had a lot of success in the past. And I'm not sure. Certainly those guys were on the ice in the power play at the end. He said that we may see those lines again coming up, and we'll just have to see how it goes. It certainly gives us something to talk about over the next couple of days.
Yeah. Well, they were down to 5 defensemen after Alexei Emelin, who came back in the lineup replacing Greg Pateryn, took a 5-minute major and a game misconduct for what I thought was a late hit. Did you think it was the right call on that
play? I think
it
was a late hit. And there seemed to be some head contact. I don't think it wasn't a shoulder to the head, but it was like almost a head butt.
Yeah.
It was like two heads coming together, and it was clearly interference. The puck was gone. The puck was nowhere near the play. And
I admire Emelin. He hits clean. He hits hard. He hits clean. But
yeah.
I thought it was a late hit.
Yeah.
They were almost down to 4 defensemen after Nathan Beaulieu took exception to a hit by Nick Foligno and decided to drop the gloves with him. And he caught a solid right hand to the jaw. It looked like Beaulieu was out cold on his feet. Foligno actually stopped throwing punches, and it brought up that whole question about the quiet room and how that works. Michel Therrien in his post-game press conference got a little annoyed when the first 2 minutes of questions were all about that, and he said, well, what about the game we just won? He said they did follow the protocol in the second intermission, but it's sort of that whole ball of wax that opens up again.
Yeah, well, one of the things was he didn't put Beaulieu back in there. He only had a minute or so by the time he got back on the ice because there wasn't any stoppage. It would have been about 5 minutes, but there weren't any stoppages in the play. That's the kind of game it was, up and down, a lot of turnovers, a lot of flow to the game, and so they couldn't get him out of the penalty box. And when they did, they decided to just keep him on the bench and then check him out between periods. He was in the clinic after the game.
He had a nice black eye, apparently.
Yeah, and so you have to wonder whether there might have been something that they were just checking to make sure. If, for example, Emelin's suspended and Beaulieu isn't ready to go, we might see Jared
Tenorti could get the call back from St. John's. What concerned me about that play was when he went to the penalty box, it was the referee who went to ask him if he was okay. And of course, the player's going to say he's okay. What else is he going to say? Well, Thursday night, Washington Capitals and Alex Ovechkin are here. Mike Condon, I guess, will be back in goal for the Canadiens, and we'll talk to you after that game.